Japan has been facing a significant challenge since the 1990s, the problem of low birth rates. The authorities have tried to introduce different policies to encourage people to have more children, but nothing seems to work. In fact, the latest data shows that the fertility rate of women under 29 years of age has dropped significantly compared to women in other age groups. Factors such as late marriage and difficulties balancing childcare and work have prevented the fertility rate from getting out of this quagmire. Many experts believe that the primary reason for Japan's low birth rate is the economic downturn, which has affected women's lives. The country's economy has been stagnant for a long time, which has forced women to enter the labor market while also taking on traditional housekeeping roles. The rate of unmarried women has reached a record high, and young people are an essential key to deal with this problem, but the government has not introduced any measures to create stable jobs for this class. At present, about 40% of young people are employed informally, and under the situation of unstable employment, they inevitably delay their decision to marry and have children. Today, Japan is one of the most aging countries globally, with nearly 30% of its population over 65 years old. Japan's population has peaked and will continue to decrease in the future, and it is expected to drop to less than 53 million by the end of this century. More areas will become vacant and deserted as the rural population inevitably declines again. The countermeasures against the decline in the birth rate have not made progress for many years, and the situation appears bleak. In Japan, the government has implemented a comprehensive system of support for parents, including legislation that outlines the responsibilities of the state, organizations, and citizens in providing childcare. Measures include community support, extended childcare hours, improved medical care, and subsidies for childbirth and childcare. However, these policies have not yet led to a significant increase in the birth rate in the country. In fact, the pandemic may have inadvertently contributed to a rise in pet ownership instead of children, as more and more Japanese families are choosing to adopt cats, dogs, and other furry companions. According to the Japan Pet Food Association, there are currently around 20 million registered cats and dogs in the country, and this number has been steadily increasing. This trend has led to a boom in the pet industry, with pet stores offering a wide range of products, from raincoats to strollers, and even special clothing for pets. One reason for the increase in pet ownership may be the pandemic, as many people have been spending more time at home and feeling lonely. Additionally, the rise in pet ownership may reflect a growing trend towards non-traditional and exotic pets, as Japanese consumers seek unique and unusual companions. Overall, while Japan's efforts to support parents and families have been extensive, the country is still struggling to reverse the trend of declining birth rates. In the meantime, pets have become a popular alternative for those seeking companionship and affection. The Japanese government has decided to use AI technology to matchmake citizens and encourage marriage in an attempt to combat the declining birth rate. The government will provide a subsidy of 2 billion yen to local governments to fund existing and new AI matchmaking projects. Current matchmaking services are limited to simple indicators such as income and age, and require a perfect match. So the government hopes that more advanced AI systems will be able to consider interests and values, leading to better matches. However, Sachiko Horiguchi, a social and medical anthropologist at Tenri University in Japan, believes that there are better ways for the government to improve the birth rate, such as supporting low-income young people. She pointed out that low-income levels are associated with a lack of interest in marriage and family among young Japanese people, and suggested that relying on AI for matchmaking may not be effective. Instead, she proposed that the government could encourage AI to take over household chores or childcare tasks, and that it should also address the lack of support for working mothers in Japan. Although the Japanese government has long been developing countermeasures against declining birth rates, it has not found effective solutions to the problem. The lack of support for working mothers has been identified as a key issue, with society expecting women to take care of all household chores and child rearing while also working full-time. While the government has encouraged more women to work full-time, gender inequality has increased, with Japan ranking 121st out of 153 countries in the 2019 World Economic Forum's Gender Equality Report. Therefore, the government should focus more on addressing gender inequality rather than relying on AI for matchmaking in the future.